G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's voting video on YouTube. And what you're seeing right over here on screen is something that's actually very different. Right over here is you can see a very huge swath of various paper boxes and also cardboard boxes that have actually been moved all the way to the other room. In fact, because of the amount of mess that I've made so far throughout a long period of time, I have to say I've made some various different changes. But I've also got some relatively bad news and relatively sad news here. And sadly, the trains have actually straightforward taken the dive. But that is not what this video is all about. What I'm actually on about is I'm actually straightforward having a constant problem with a lot of flip-flap toy ideas, which I know I did say I was going to straightforward, I'm actually going to straightforward continue on with that decision that I've made, not to do toy reviews for basically 3 to 4 days. I'm in a constant fight of all of these toy components straightforward all over the whole house. And of course, yes, do you know where the other boxes are? Let me just open up. Okay, seeing as where I'm going at the moment now, check out this big mess right here. Look at that. Well, as funny as it sounds, not. I've basically moved a lot of all of the components, and basically a lot of components have been moved to another room. And you might be thinking, oh, but Ivan, aren't you being very harsh here? Well, the reason why I've moved some of this stuff, in fact, all of this stuff, to different rooms, is because I'm seeing a giant epidemic of mess and a lot of key components. And even more so, more recently, I've seen constant amounts of newspapers. I've actually been bringing up too many newspapers, in fact, way too many of them, just because it's been really, how would you say it, cram-packed with toys. And, obviously, I think the real reason why my house is getting very messy is because, guess what? This style of paper is becoming more common than this one right here, which to be honest, for me, it's pretty embarrassing. I mean, why would I even bother start doing a toy review? I have got other things on the works as well, so maybe I might as well just stop doing toy reviews up until the time when I'm actually pretty stressed at the moment, but I don't know, or not so stressed. I just can't believe this. This huge, vast swath of basically boxes after boxes. And I'll tell you what, my collection of toys and all sorts of different components is far more impressive than what I had so far recently. And I mean, look at this. And I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, look at that. It just takes nothing to give with just so many components. Just completely and utterly crazy. Just seeing this huge amount of paper that I'm actually seeing at the moment here. And basically, I'm just shifting all of the other bits of paper away because I've got lots and lots of mess. For me, I can't believe it. Man, there's just so many toys up in my room that haven't been made into video yet. I mean, this is just crazy. I'm sorry, but I mean, it's just that, because my house is very messy, I've got no more space, and I'm actually having lots and lots of trouble to make all sorts of different toy reviews coming right up. So that's why I'm completely and utterly lost. And there's also little bits and bobs. Really, like, the reason why I'm lost is because, well, my dad's coming in today, and because of this, there's a huge amount of mess right over here. And because of this, I don't think I'll be able to start new toy products until I feel like I will. I will, or I would be, because there's just too many of them. And I don't know what's going on, but I feel like that. Okay, let me just straightforward calm myself down before I move on to something else. Well, let me move on to something that's actually straightforward, totally relevant to this video. And basically, the reason why I'm tidying up is because, well, not just because my dad's here, but obviously I'm clearing up some of the rubbish that's actually straightforward, like here, of course, there's some of the bits. I've also got this big black bin sack. And strangely enough, look what I found on the side of the road. It's some sort of toy scooter thing, which I've never ever seen something like that. Pretty old, but hey, quite nice to collect. But right here is, of course, well, goodness knows what, how the hell am I just seeing so much of this complete and utter rubbish that I'm just seeing here. There's just so much of it. Yeah, maybe what I can do is probably store some of the stuff in that box. But hey, I feel like, what can I really say? There's just too many paper components. And really, the more paper components am I actually seeing, the more it becomes fairly risky on today's stupid YouTube. And I really don't know what I would really say. I just don't know what I'm going to do with all this paper, because I'm just straightforward, like, very tired of, things which aren't straightforward being made. And, okay, so to get myself very much straight on, to tell you the story on how this mess has built up. The mess sort of kicked in, I think it was around March of 2025, and that was actually when the bin strike sort of happened. But it then sort of quickly picked up when we had no more, in fact, I don't have this sort of paper like that. Okay, it was all just white paper, but I think what I'm probably seeing is that we're seeing a big rise of recyclable paper. But I'm not going to use recyclable paper so far. I don't think I'm going to be using recycled paper, because it's only used for the penguins, okay? I only use this for models like that, whenever I'm making models like that these days. I used to make dinosaurs from recyclable paper, but then I've actually decided, no, I'm not going to do it, because I'm only going to be saying it, I'm only saving it for the penguins. That's all I'm trying to say here, is that I'm actually saving it for the penguins. As in, like, me making the models of the penguins, which, as you just saw before, so for it look like that, but then, hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong about it, but it's just that it's a different colour, it's a different style. I mean, give me a flipping break. Sorry, I just had to really let off some steam, just because, look at this mess. In fact, I mean, it looks nice and tidy at the moment, but I think this is not better off, this is worse off. I mean, this is almost like, just a complete, I'll just say, it's like turning this whole place into landfill. I mean, give me a flipping break. I mean, there's just so much stuff that hasn't really been cleaned up. There's just too much of it. It's crazy. I don't think there's that much going out ready for me. Like, there's just too much mess. Oh, man, I don't know what to really say about this all. Oh, my God, look at that. It's giving me a complete heart attack, that one. Really, I think when we saw lots of cardboard boxes piling up, that was the thing. I mean, I'm just seeing it far too much, just far too much of it. Oh, man, I don't know what to really say. I have got no idea, and I really don't know what to really say, because look at that. And there's even more of that as well, too. Look at that. I'm not that really straightforward feeling crash hot at the moment now. Like, look at that. Just piles and piles and piles of paper and rubbish, and it's straightforward continue. It's really embarrassing that it's just building up. And also, the problem is that when it's all tidied up like that, I don't know if I'm going to be done. Oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to be done doing toy reviews. Man, I mean, but I don't have to get too stressed about it. I mean, I do. What can I really say? So, let me get this straight. So, all I did was I tidied up this giant pile of mess, and then all of a sudden, I think, it sort of made it very nice and clear, but I think the thing was that when I'm seeing this big storage of mess, and then because of the fact that we're seeing far too many recyclable paper toys, it only works for products that I'll be making in the future. Basically, I'll be doing like penguins and that sort of stuff, not for other products. Okay, so what I now use these days is guess what? Just big swathes of cardboard. But I think because the bin strikes have sort of calmed down a bit, although it's still on the rise, it's still quite vehement at the moment. There's been lots of cardboard. It's still stuck within it, but probably what I'm thinking is that because I'm seeing so much of this cardboard, I might as well probably throw that straight in the bin. Clearly, I don't think it's going to straightforward. And there's also all sorts of like scrap bits of, cardboard that haven't been touched. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much of it, like wet, groggy bits of cardboard, and obviously, I think I've wasted far too much money on painting and that sort of stuff, because it's just been. Well, what can I really say? Let's get the audience to have their own final say on this. Like, do you want me to see more toy reviews, which involve, you know, let's just say toys being made out of newspapers and cardboard, or do you want to see penguins again? Like, I'm not gonna straightforward do any more toy reviews for a long time because I'm actually over this. But it is a nice way to clean up all of this mess, but I don't know what to really say because the mess is still violent, and as you can see, it's already taking over a huge amount of space, and I've got nothing else to say. There's nothing to basically write home about. It is just straightforward, way too much. This vast swath of mess and paper has just gone extremely volatile. In fact, it's been even more worse than when I started when my YouTube channel was around here. Really, that's the thing. I've got lots and lots of boxes. Those small ones here have got lots and lots of like stationery and that sort of stuff. But the majority I'm seeing is large cardboard boxes that store toys which have already been made, and also the key components for my Fluff Up toys. And I mean, that's straightforward about it. And normally when I'm doing toy reviews, I don't really sound like I'm a complete dumbass, sounding really pessimistic. It's just that there's just so many things that I gotta really take into cover in. And I really have to say that sort of shows you how much I'm feeling at the moment here. Like, there's just so much stuff I have to like clear off and throw away, because hey, all of this space is getting completely and utterly difficult to straightforward move around these days. It's so crazy. I mean, what can I really say throughout the rest of this whole video? I think that's about it, but I just don't know what to really say. All of this stuff is just all over the place, and nothing else is straightforward being taken out and thrown away. Blimey, I think my throat is killing me after doing this video, because I can tell you what, all of this stuff that I've been doing was literally just tidying up the rest of this whole house. Well, what can you say? Nothing but just trouble. Look at that. Look at all of that mess. I mean, I'm just straightforward sick and tired of getting recyclable paper. Like, I mean, that's just way too much. That's just upsetting the balance for this. I think that's the thing. I think that's the main cause. Like, if we brought back white paper as well too, then maybe it would have actually set a nice balance. Because I tell you, there's actually quite a few things. I've also been dealing so crazily with paint. Paint has been a complete nemesis, as in like real paint and not fake paint. I was actually handling a lot of like red paint in general, and I might talk about that in a separate video. But the paint so far has been acting so. It's been acting so very weirdly and aggressively. In fact, it's been acting so violently so far. The paint that I've used, I think there was a red one, and I think I nearly wasted £2 purchasing some actual cheap paint, because I can tell you what, all of this paint that I've been using up, I think it's going to be straightforward heading to the bin, because I'm pretty sure all that paint is low quality. But the part is that whether if this is going to be the main cause, I'm done. I'm sorry, but I'm really done doing toy reviews. Up until the next 3 days, when it's over, I'll be back up and running again. But not yet at the moment. Surely, I think that's a great way to end this video, because hey, one section of my video became relatively frozen. Sorry for the pun, but anyways, I think it's probably best to give a very nice like, but if you really enjoyed it or not, I certainly didn't. Please give this video a good like and subscribe, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.